he's a, I'm sorry, he's a really good guy. And he loves the Jewish culture.
Uh-huh.
Everything.
Is he Jewish?
Oh, yeah.
He is Jewish.
Mhm.
Okay.
Right.
So,
where did you grow up?
I grew up in Brooklyn, but I moved to Long Island in 1951. And I've been in this house since 1962.
Okay, where did
My
you
children
come in
were
Long Island?
raised here.
Where were you in Long Island previous to this?
Previous to this, from 1951 to 1962 in Bethpage.
Okay.
Yeah. So I came here in 1962 and been a long time.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah.
Where were your parents born?
My mother was born in Brooklyn.
Okay.
My dad was born in Russia, but he came as a young boy and he served in the military. He served during World War I in the Army. And I was always very proud of that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I'm very proud. My husband also was in the Naval Air Force during World War II. So,
how about your childhood in Brooklyn?
mm-hmm.
Were you born? Were you raised like as a Jewish? Did you practice the Jewish faith, or did you pick it up later in life?
Yes. Yes, my mom lit candles every Friday night, and my grandparents were there to encourage Jewish values and such. Yeah. And I was the oldest of two sisters, and generally the three girls, partook in Jewish services.
Were you guys in like an apartment, all of you guys?
No, my parents owned their own home.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, which was nice. A nice large house.
Yeah, a lot of... Did you... what age did you begin to cook? Did someone teach you how to cook at a young age, like your mom or grandma?
I used to watch my grandmother knead challah on Friday evenings, and she would make a beautiful braid over the top. And of course, I love to taste it. She made...
we had challah in one of our classes this year.
For the New Year, she made teglach with honey and nuts. Very, very lovely, lovely thing. So I did watch my grandmother cook. My mom somehow didn't encourage me to cook. So by the time I got to college, I finally took a cooking class in college.
In college?
Yeah. And I still use, when I used to cook, I used to use my professor's cookbook. Her name was Irma Rumbauer, and I used her recipes often. But then, of course, I had this, I have several other cookbooks, too, that show very popular Jewish recipes. Anyway.
Where did you go to school?
College. I went to Hunter College.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I took a master's degree at Queens.
Okay.
Master's in education.
Was it a big Jewish population at Hunter?
No.
No.
No, not mixed, really.
Mixed.
Yeah. And when my children were of school age, I got a job in the Hicksville schools as a substitute teacher.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to leave them when they were preschool. I wanted to be there for them. And then I did substitute teaching. And for actually 1 year, I taught at Hicksville High School as a Spanish teacher. But then I went back to subbing after that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. This might be a little forward, but what social class was your family as growing up?
Middle class.
Middle class?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
What foods were you able to eat because of that on a regular basis?
Well, my mom kept the Jewish dietary laws, so
Okay.
we didn't have bacon or pork or any of that. We kind of adhered to the dietary laws.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next question is, what foods were you unable to eat? So it's pretty much what you just said.
No shellfish.
No shellfish.
She never cooked lobster, shrimp, or any of that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What was your favorite Jewish meal as a child, and which one did you dislike the most?
Well, I liked my grandmother's chicken soup with matzo balls, which I have made over the years on the holidays. But at this stage, I don't know whether I'm able to do that much anymore, but I did it a lot of years. And I used to make little knishes, hors d'oeuvre knishes, with potato inside filler. Those were delicious. Chicken soup, of course, the brisket was the main meal. Stuffed cabbage. That's ground meat with cabbage leaves rolled. And it's kind of sweet and sour. That's very good. Chicken, of course, was very popular too.
Were there any meals when you were a child that you just did not want to go to dinner for, that you just did not like? That's like me and broccoli. Whenever my mom puts out broccoli, I do not like broccoli.
I was a pretty good eater.
You were?
I kind of liked whatever.
Tried everything?
Whatever my mom offered, I liked. Yeah.
When does your entire family gather? Just for Jewish holidays?
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes, for Passover and for the Jewish New Year. For Passover, I had brisket, as I pointed out before, and I had chicken, sweet and sour meatballs. Of course, I had chicken soup with matzo balls and candied yams. And we use carrot, they call it carrot simmis. It's a sweet carrot dish, which I like. My children are not crazy about, but it's a staple. So I serve it for the holidays.
Okay.
And I don't do much baking anymore, but I will send you home with a little brownie that I made for my, I brought to my daughter yesterday for the Thanksgiving meal.
What do you guys do at Thanksgiving? Same turkey, mashed potatoes?
Yeah, well, my daughter she had turkey. She had a delicious fried corn thing that I don't remember the name of it. She had numerous things out. The turkey was the main dish. She had, of course, an assortment of rolls and a lot of side dishes, which were good.
Cool. Are the same people present today at all the holiday gatherings?
Yes,
or
yes.
do people leave because of marriages or?
No,
Usually everyone shows up.
I'm fortunate in that my children are close here.
Okay.
So
They're on Long Island?
I have two on Long Island and one in New York City who comes with her boyfriend. Okay. And so I had my grandchildren. Well, it was a big surprise. I have a grandson who's studying at the University of Southern Florida in Orlando. And I was not expecting to see him. So he surprised me, and that was lovely.
That's nice.
My other grandson just graduated from Geneseo.
Oh, upstate?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He got a job in the city.
Oh.
So this is his first year's working after school. And my son's son is at Hofstra. He's
So everyone's old.
In his third year at Hofstra.
Okay.
Yeah, he had been at Sacred Heart University of Connecticut for 2 years.
Okay.
And he transferred just recently, before this semester.
Okay.
Yeah, and then his sister is a senior in high school, and she's just ready to go off to college in the fall.
Which high school does she go to?
Bethpage.
Oh, Bethpage? Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Cool. Who usually, like when you were a child and you guys had family gatherings for holidays and stuff, who usually did all the shopping for the ingredients? Is it usually...
Well, when I was really young, my grandparents did the holidays, and we went there. But I guess as I got older, my mom did, and she did. But my sisters and I really didn't do much of that. As I said, I took a home ec course in college in order to learn how to cook.
That's like
my mom didn't do me any favors. You know, she felt she was doing the right thing by not letting me in the kitchen. But
okay, so your mom pretty much prepared most of the meals, like, or your grandmother.
I did go shopping. I went to the market with her.
You did?
I would go to the butcher or to grocers often, but she didn't rely on me much for that. I had to learn later on.
Where did you guys get your recipes from? Would you get them out of cookbooks, or was it just word of mouth?
Both.
Just tradition?
Both, really. Yeah, I have a whole stack of cookbooks.
Yeah.
And one of the things, my children are not crazy about it, but I used to make chopped liver. My kids are not
the
crazy
expression.
about it. Yeah, but that's just that's a very Jewish delicacy.
How about desserts? What was your favorite desserts?
My grandmother baked cookies, and she baked sponge cakes. She baked an assortment of goodies. My mom did make pies. In fact, she had a cream cheese crust that was a rich crust that was very interesting, that I used for a long time when I baked.
Okay.
But I used to make mandelbread.
What's that?
Mandelbread, it's like the Italian biscotti.
Oh, the crunchy,
yes,
really hard crunchy. Okay.
Yes, yeah. And mine had nuts in it, and maraschino cherries.
I had one last night with nuts and caramel in it.
Oh yeah,
it was
nice.
good. Yeah.
Oh nice, yeah.
Okay.
You were at home with your family?
Yesterday?
Lovely.
Yeah, it was really nice.
Lovely. Oh, by the way, did you try to reach me previously?
No, today was the first time.
Because I had a problem with my phone.
Oh.
That was around the time your teacher got a hold of me.
Yeah.
But there were 2 calls that I missed, and I thought, oh, that must be you, and I felt terrible.
No, I wanted to wait after the holiday to reach out to you.
All right.
All right, only a couple more.
That's okay. Take your time.
So the first time you learned to cook was in college at Hunter, and who taught that class? Was it the professor?
Professor Rombauer.
Okay.
In fact, I still have her book. I saved it. It's all tattered. It's in pieces practically, but I use it from time to time.
Was Professor Rombauer Jewish?
No.
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 Okay.
No, it was her rice pudding was something I used to use a lot. My family liked rice pudding.
Do you have certain like utensils, dishes, pots that are like meaningful to you that you've used all your life?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I have.
You saved them.
I have some of mother-in-law's pots that have special meaning to me.
Yeah, my mom saved all of my great-grandma's knives.
Oh, how wonderful.
Yeah, and we were cutting the turkey with them last night. Yeah, it was cool.
It's such a great feeling to know that it belonged to your great-grandma.
Yeah. I'm sure that'll get passed down to my sisters, too.
Wonderful.
Do you have any favorite restaurants or delis in the local area that have Jewish foods?
My daughter Jean, who lives in the city, is very, very fussy about being kosher. So we generally go to Ben's Kosher Deli.
Okay.
In fact, I have ordered food in from them, and for Hanukkah, that's what I'll do.
Like catered food?
Catered food,
okay.
yeah. And another thing that I used to make potato latkes, potato pancakes, with grated potatoes and onions and eggs, and
Onions, I love onions.
served with applesauce. So some people serve it with sour cream, but for a dairy meal.
Mm-hmm.
But potato pancakes, those are delicious.
Last year, with Professor Merwin, my teacher, I took another Jewish course with him last year, and we went to Katz's Deli.
Katz's Deli.
Yeah, we took a field trip. Yeah, and it was awesome. We had the corned beef.
Corned beef. Yeah, that's what we have at Ben's Deli when we order.
Yeah, that was crazy. There's so many people. It was packed.
Oh yes.
It's like a tourist attraction.
Oh yes, yes.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite recipe? That out of your
favorite of all?
Out of all of them,
Out of all of them. I guess stuffed cabbage.
Stuffed cabbage.
Stuffed cabbage, yeah. Okay. Which I use raisins in it and rice, and I roll it in cabbage leaves. My kids seem to enjoy that too.
What do you do now for dinners? If you can't really cook, you order a lot?
Yeah, I do. Last night, my daughter sent me home. I think I have a week's supply of dinners.
That's what we did for my grandpa.
Yeah, and it's okay. When my daughter Jean comes, the one from the city, comes out every Friday, and she stays over.
Okay.
The only reason she's not here is because she was here yesterday and Wednesday, so she's back in the city. But I lost my train of thought. I was going to say something about Jean or the city.
The deli? Katz's Deli?
Yeah, anyway. Well, we'll think about it.
That's okay. What do you see as the relationship of Jewish food to Jewish religion and culture?
Well, there are a lot of people who prefer Jewish cooking. They like Jewish-style foods, but they are not necessarily into religion. I'm in a walking group with some ladies who some of whom are Jewish, who do prepare Jewish things for the holidays. They cook Jewish style. But neither one of them attends services. They're just not into it. Yeah. So now I intend to go to services tonight. Generally, I go with my daughter Jean. My other daughter, who lives in Wantagh.
You can get that.
Excuse me. I'll make it quick.
That's fine.
My other daughter goes every Saturday to services too.
Telephone.
Yeah, I'm being interviewed by a college student, so I'll call you back. Okay. I'll catch you soon. That was my sister. She lives in East Meadow, so I see her a lot.
That's perfect. Do you go to services locally, or do you have to drive a bit?
Yeah,
It's
right
around
over here.
Really?
On Caniac Rock Road.
Okay.
That's as you go out of this development to the left, it's very close. Rabbi Katz is a lovely, lovely rabbi. He's
really?
Lovely. He's dynamic.
Yeah,
very well liked.
My professor said he was friendly with his son, or who is it?
His son?
His friends with his daughter and his son-in-law.
Ariel?
Alana, and his son-in-law Joel.
Joel.
Yeah. He said he's very friendly with them.
Okay. All right. Oddly enough, we are very attached to the cantor at the synagogue, who was a wonderful, wonderful man. His name is Cantor Fleelman. He has a beautiful, beautiful singing voice. And I have enjoyed his voice for many, many years because when I lived in Bethpage, he was our cantor in the synagogue.
Oh,
and
okay.
we belonged to Farmingdale Jewish Center in those days. So when he moved here in 1962, I moved here at the same time. And lo and behold, I've had the same cantor all these decades, which is so rare.
Wow, yeah.
He's a very special man. Lovely family.
That's funny.
Yeah.
How has your diet changed? Obviously, by not cooking anymore, as getting older.
Fortunately, I am allowed to eat everything. So I try to eat healthy foods.
Healthy.
I
Sure, you ate a lot more when you were younger.
Oh yes. Well, I cooked beef a lot more in my early years, and now I will buy prepared chicken or prepared meals.
Okay.
As I said, when my daughter comes on Fridays, she'll cook.
Is she a good cook?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh yes, she
cook.
uses fancy herbs, and I have some kind of little crust that she uses on fish, a mustard crust. It's very interesting, but delicious.
Did you teach you said you have 3 daughters or 2?
I have 2 daughters and a son.
And a son. Did you teach your daughters how to cook, or like
Yes.
because I know your mom didn't teach you.
Yeah, I especially taught them to bake.
To bake.
They seemed to like to, when they were little, they would get up on a stool and turn on the mixer,
like the spoon.
Yeah. So they're both good cooks.
Good cooks.
Well, my daughter-in-law is a very good cook too.
Did your son? Did he marry Jewish?
No.
He did.
No. My daughter-in-law is Catholic.
Is she a decent cook?
Very excellent.
She's a good cook.
Excellent. Yes. Excellent cook.
All right. My last question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you keep kosher?
I do not bring shellfish or pork or any of that into my home. But I don't have 2 separate sets of dishes anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore.
When you were a child, did your parents?
Yes.
Did they kept all the dietary laws?
Yes, they did. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about your daughters right now, or your son?
Yes. Oh, yes.
Really?
Well, my daughters, of course,
Yeah,
and
not
my
your
son.
son.
Not my son. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I can turn it off. Yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
All right.